Okay, I want to start this video off by apologizing to my sister, Sandra Metcalf. We just learned, let me read to you what I got from Brent. I haven't heard from my men in a while, so I've been speculating on a lot of things. Let me just read this. I think this is from Brent. He said, the Gail series just got canceled on Gabriel Chana Fox News Channel. It was receiving ratings in the negative, so they finally had to pull the plug. Audiences have been saying that the stories no longer make sense and appear to be entirely about topics unrelated to the titles. In particular, viewers are bored and unhappy with the focus on Sandra, who is neither the Antichrist nor a psychopath. They are confused about why the stories revolve around her when she had nothing to do with many of the events. I will admit that it appears the last 5 stories that I wrote were bombs, okay? Which happens as a writer, okay? I have not been hearing from my men, and I got a notice from my sister's lawyer where she's playing this game where my son is not getting my will money, so I made the wrong assumption that she might be the Antichrist. Actually, it appears I'm still the Antichrist. Let's continue. Sandra was recently diagnosed by Gerard as having bipolar depression and schizophrenia. You have my sympathy, Sandra. I apologize that I thought you were a psychopath. I'm actually relieved to hear that I'm wrong. Yes, and I wish you good speed and healing, and I owe you an apology. I was wrong to label you as a psychopath when you are not one. And I'm really distressed to hear that you have gained a lot of weight, okay? Because it's not good for your health. And that you seriously injured yourself, from what I understand. And I really would like you to get better. And I want to tell you that I was wrong to label you as a psychopath, okay? And I'm going to say this. I know this may seem hard to believe, but one of the reasons I made the audio reading of the story was that I actually did believe you were a psychopath. And I felt bad about it, and I was hoping I could help you in my own way. But apparently, I am a lousy psychiatrist, and I need to stay out of the psychiatrist business. So they are confused about why the stories revolve around her when she had nothing to do with many of the events. That's understandable. Apparently, the last 5 stories I wrote were crap, and I'll admit it, okay? I'm going to go back and fix them. Sandra was recently diagnosed by Gerard as having bipolar depression and schizophrenia. Let me tell you, I have not heard from my men in the past couple months. So I've been having to rely on a lot of guesswork, and apparently a lot of my guesswork was wrong. Yeah, it doesn't appear she is a psychopath at all. Well, I'm happy to hear this. I am glad I was wrong, yes. I would love for my sister to be fixed. Sandra, Mother did go to heaven, okay? Our brain reads have confirmed this diagnosis. Well, I was going by the information I had, and apparently I goofed. And I'm glad I goofed, because I do not want my sister to be a psychopath. Viewers are now fuming, claiming the Gail series contained inaccurate historical information. I want to apologize to my viewers. You have a right to be fuming. I don't blame you. I was an idiot. I goofed, okay? I goofed. I made a mistake, and I apologize to the world and to my sister. I tell you what, irresponsible armchair diagnosis, that is exactly what it was. I'm going to own up to what I've done. I was wrong. And I apologize to the world and to my sister. I'm sorry. I should not have done that. I tried to explain to our producers that this series is supposed to be for Jesus, so we must keep it on air. Yes. Here's what I recommend you do. Remove all the stories where the focus was on my sister. I think the ones I did up to that were pretty good. They told me this would be impossible since it now has 0 viewers and is tanking network ratings worldwide. Oh my God. I just turned on the Gabriel Chana Fox News channel and Satan is being interviewed about the cancellation of the Gail series. He is throwing popcorn into his mouth and laughing. He said, "This was great. I don't get why the show was canceled, just as it was finally getting good. Encore, encore." The final rating for the series upon cancellation was -667. It just went up 1 point after Satan gave his personal mark of approval. So now the official rating is -666. Apparently, the ideas I had about Sandra must have come from evil sources. We worked so hard on this, I hope Jesus isn't disappointed. Well, I apologize to you too, Jesus. Believe it or not, I was trying to make him happy and keep the Gail shield strong, but I got duped. Okay, so I'm going to be working hard, okay? What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to revamp. I think there's one story I'm going to completely eliminate. And I'm going to revamp I'd say the last 4 I wrote. It doesn't appear they've all been bad. Just recently, okay? I kind of got thrown for a looper when my sister sent me something, to my P.O. box, which made it appear to me like she was trying to cause trouble because she's pretending like, now if she had schizophrenia, this all makes sense. So she wasn't trying to cause trouble. She's delusional, okay? I understand that now, but I didn't before, okay? So I apologize to you, sister. I didn't realize you were schizophrenic. Apparently she really believes that the will money is not going to my son because she's schizophrenic. I understand that now. And I just want you to know I am genuinely distressed. I hear she weighs like 260 pounds, okay? She just seriously injured herself from what I understand. And she's not doing well at all. And if you can, sister, I would really like you to start seeing Gerard Butler, the psychiatrist, and get better. Also, my husband Brent is an excellent doctor. You need to start doing the Gail commandments, sister, okay? I'm afraid you're going to die. I do not want this on my conscience. To be honest with you, one of the reasons I've been working so hard on these stories is because I've been worried about you, Sandra. I've been worried about you. I don't understand why you're so jealous of me. I love you. You're my sister. I'm trying to help you. And I've been worried about you. So I've been working hard on these stories, hoping that I could save you. I'm sorry that I thought you were a psychopath. I'm glad you're not, but I'm worried about you. I want you to be okay. That's why I wrote the stories. I honestly believed you were a psychopath. I didn't know. Now that I know you're suffering from schizophrenia, I am worried about you. You need to start doing the Gail commandments, you understand? You need to start doing the Gail commandments. Seriously, guys, she fell, from what I understand, she fell on a board, okay? She weighs like 260 pounds. That is so unhealthy. Okay? That's so unhealthy. Sandra, Go get yourself some help. I want you to go see Gerard Butler, okay? Get some mental health treatment. And let my husband Brent get you fixed. You need a good doctor. She really injured herself. She's in bad shape, you guys. She's in bad shape. She had an injury at work, from what I understand, okay? And she injured her back. Okay? So I want Brent, I want you to work on fixing my sister. I want her to start doing the Gail commandments. And I want her to start seeing Gerard Butler and get fixed for her schizophrenia and her bipolar depression. Okay? The reason the focus has been on my sister is because I've been worried about her. So now what I'm going to do, but I also love Jesus. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to rework the latest 5 stories, okay? The reason they were so crappy is because I genuinely believed she was a psychopath. Yeah. And I was hoping that when she landed in hell, that she'd get out real soon by reading those stories. Now that I realize that I goofed, and I probably should stay out of the... It's kind of hard anyways. Even if I had psychiatric training, it's kind of hard to make a diagnosis when you haven't seen the person, okay? And all the information you're getting is from secondhand sources. But from what I was hearing from Garbage Man and my hangouts, it seemed to me that she was a psychopath. That was only a recent conclusion. I concluded that because of what I got at my P.O. box. Because it was claiming, you know, I haven't seen her in like 10 years. So I don't really know her, okay? And that's why I goofed. I made a mistake. I mean, I never ever saw any indications before that she could be schizophrenic. Before, all I could remember was that she, you know, had me carted to a psych ward. So apparently she's really, apparently a lot of things have happened to her. So yeah, I will go ahead and rewrite the stories. But I just want you to know I just made a mistake because I just haven't seen her. Okay, so I just wanted to apologize to the world and to my sister. And I don't want you to take these stories down. They mean a lot to Jesus, and they've been pretty accurate up until I started getting worried about my sister, okay? When I started getting worried about my sister, I made an armchair diagnosis, which was incorrect because I just didn't have any information. And my motive in writing them was to try to help her, mostly. I'll admit it. I was trying to be her psychiatrist, and a very lousy one at that. So I will get out of the psychiatry business right now. The stories that I wrote, I'm going to rework them and make them more accurate. I think it's only the last 5 or so, the one where I was worried about my sister, where I goofed. So I just wanted to apologize to her. Yeah, I really want her to start. I want her to get better. She's really in bad shape. She had an injury, from what I understand. She weighs like 280 pounds. She injured her back really bad, okay? She injured her back really bad, and she's been in a lot of pain. She's on pain-killing medication. Believe it or not, I thought she was a psychopath because of what I got. Apparently it's because she has schizophrenia. She apparently really believes that my son's not getting my mother's will money. So, you know, judging by the history that I've had with her, she's never ever had schizophrenia before, so this is a new development. So because I wasn't aware and I haven't seen her, I made a wrong judgment call on her. Yeah. Yeah. And then even Buddha was saying that she was filled with anger. So, it's understandable that I made a mistake. Yeah. As far as, I guess, yeah, you can see why I goofed. You might say, well, why would Buddha not mention her schizophrenia? I don't know. I really don't know. But what I'm going to do is rework the stories. Yeah. So I apologize to my sister. Yeah. I think my stories have been pretty good except for the last 5 because I was worried about my sister. Yeah. Anyways, I got a lot of work to do. Yeah. So let me go for right now.
In a world of secrets, where darkness reigns, there's a warrior rising, breaking